Welcome everybody tonight. Well, listen, we only have three people on here. I know there's a lot of people traveling. So what I wanted to do was open it up tonight. I've done the onboarding training many times. We have them recorded. You guys can watch that, but I want to open it up for a little bit more intimacy tonight with Maria and Gabriella and Elle. If you guys have any questions, that I can help you with inside of the business. So that's what I wanted to. I just made a executive decision. Evelyn actually had the idea. I think it's a great idea to do that. So, do you guys have any questions? Maria, I see you on here all the time. You're very, very consistent. You as well, Gabriella. So, thank you for that. But I'd like to help you guys out a little bit more intimately tonight. So, do you guys have anything that's going on, anything in your minds that I can help you with? You weren't expecting this. You, Maria? You can unmute Gabriella if you want to ask a question.
Okay, and in my perfect plan, I'm going to have at least one client and one partner to go to the conference. Okay,
Okay.
but with my 20 something days, but you know how is that? Uh,
You can, and you know what, Gabriel, if you're more comfortable speaking Spanish, I have an interpreter, so you can.
okay, ya. Entonces, ya sabes cómo pasa,
Okay, so
¿no?
you know how it
Súper
goes,
temprano,
right?
ahorita
If
rápido mando
they're
el
going to
enlace,
enroll
vamos para
now, I'll send you the
allá,
link later.
yo
Come over to
voy,
my
tenemos un
house, or I'll
evento
go.
y
We had an
no
event,
se firma, ¿no?
and they
Y yo
never
estoy
enroll.
tranquila
So
porque he
I'm
avanzado
calm
mucho
about
en
it
mis
because I've moved
conversaciones, como
forward in
tú
my
dices,
conversations. Like
yo
you
trabajo
say,
como
I
en
work
citas médicas,
in medical appointments.
y estoy
So
hablando en inglés y en español
I'm
acerca
speaking in
del
English and in
parche.
Spanish
Lo que
about the
me cuesta
patch.
más
What's
trabajo es
difficult for me
como no
is
usar las
not
palabras
to
que no
use
están
the words that are not
permitidas
allowed
legalmente.
legally
am,
in
y
compliance.
por eso es que no
And
he
that's
abierto
why
mi
I
Instagram, pero
haven't
tiene que estar
opened my
listo el Instagram
Instagram. But the
solo
Instagram has to be ready
Lifewaves,
only for
ah,
LifeWave
para mañana, ¿no?
for tomorrow.
Entonces, esa es como mi
So
confusión.
that is my
¿Cómo
confusion.
sigo
How
presionando a esta
do I
persona? Voy
continue
sin cliente
following up with this
y sin
person, or should I
socio
go without a partner
a la
and
convención,
without a client to the
sin
convention,
sentirme que
without
bajé
feeling
el nivel de
that
ánimo
I was
y
able to
cómo
do it?
puedo
And how can
evitar
I
las
avoid
palabras que crean
those
conflicto a la
words that
hora
create conflict when we talk
de
about
prospectar.
prospecting?
Yeah, so a couple of things. I would go to the conference, Gabriella, because it's an amazing conference. You're going to get a lot out of it. You're going to get to talk to some amazing people, so you'll learn a lot there, and you're going to see the community. So I mean, if you don't have anybody, that's fine. Just go, and we're there. You can hang out with us. We're going to be there the whole time. So just come and be around the community. The words that you can use on social media, obviously, we have a ChatGPT tool that you can use to, thank you guys for getting on and let me see your face. This is amazing. I like to see faces. Um, you can use the ChatGPT tool to, make sure you're saying the right things on social media. One on one, you could say whatever you want to somebody. You could say stem cells, you could say copper peptide, you could say pain, you can say whatever you want to say. It's just online on social media, you can't say these things, okay? But in person with somebody, in a group of people, you could say this to people. So it doesn't have to be that, you can't say these things. I talk about stem cells, copper peptide, I talk about pain, I talk about all the things that it tell me what I talk about you know, all the things that you cannot say online, one on one, I say to people because it's impactful and it's true. It's just the FDA, the FTC are very, very strict on what you say because that's just the FDA and the FTC that does that. So I would say whatever you want one on one with people when you're having a conversation. Just when you're on social media, just be careful and come to the conference. We'll be there and you'll love it. It's going to be amazing.
Yes, I am ready.
Let's do it. Are you in the chat?
Yes, yes, I am.
Great, 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 great. Awesome. Well, don't worry if you don't have anybody. You have us.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else?
Hola, buenas tardes.
Hi,
Hey,
good
Maria.
evening.
How are
Hola, yo estoy
you?
un poquito
Hi, I'm feel a bit
frustrada
frustrated.
porque no
Yes,
voy a poder ir a
frustrated because I
la
won't be able to go to the
convención y
convention
es mi primera vez, pues
and
estoy empezando y
it's the
sí
first
me
time
hubiera
that I'm doing
gustado ir,
something like
pero
this
como
and I would have
tengo
loved to
tres
go, but
niños
I have
chiquititos, no
three
tuve
small
quien me
kids
los
and
pudiera
I
cuidar.
didn't find anyone that could take care of them.
Oh, can you, they have a virtual one, I think. You should try to join the virtual one and kind of see what's going on. I mean, it's not the same, but it's definitely something where you can kind of, hear from people and see people.
Oh, que voy a mirar.
Yeah, I'm
También
gonna
tenía
check
una
that out.
pregunta.
I also
Yo
had a
he estado
question.
batallando un
I've
poquito
been having a bit of
sobre
problems with
cómo poder vender
how can I
el producto
sell the
porque todas
product
las personas que he
because
conocido
all the
me
people
mandan
that I've
información que les
known
interesa,
have
¿verdad?
sent
Y me
me
mandan el link para hacer ellos la orden, pero en
information
sí hasta el
telling me
día
they're
de hoy
interested and they asked for the
no he mirado
link
como que
to
alguien
order, but I haven't
se
seen that
anime a
anybody has
comprarlo.
actually bought.
Um, so you mean you're sending are you sending the customer link? Or are you sending the brand partner link?
Unos me piden
Some
el que
ask
es
me
de un mes y el
for
otro
the
de
one
3
month
meses.
and
Es
others
el
for
que
the
les
three
mando.
month. That's the one I'm sending.
Yeah, so you can, I mean, what you could do is when you send the link, you should be able to check if anybody signed up. Do you know how to check if someone signed up as a customer? Do you know where to check?
Pues nomás voy como, yo nomás entro a mi cuenta
I
y
go to
ahí
my
me
back
aparecen las
office
personas
and
que
there
han
I can see
comprado,
the
pero
people who
no
have
sé
bought. Yes,
si
but
es
I
esa
don't know
parte
if it's
o...
that area or another one.
Yeah, so you let me show I'll show you real quick. So when you go in, you could look under commissions and go commissions. And when it pulls it up, you can go down here to the bottom and where you see it says bonus, retail profit bonus. These are all the customers that have bought this week. If you want to see if they bought last week, you can just go up here and change your commissions to last week and then do the same thing. You can scroll down here and you could go bonus retail profit. And you can see everyone that bought last week
Ujú.
right here. Okay.
Ok.
That's how you see a customer signed up, right in the commission tab, because it's updated. It's updated like every 3 minutes. So when someone buys, you'll be able to go in there and see that.
Ok, ok, muy bien. Gracias.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
amazing. Thank you.
Who else? I think I saw Arlie. Go ahead, Arlie.
Yo, Arly. ¿Cómo estás,
Me,
Jay?
Arlie,
Estoy
how
tan
are you,
contenta
Jay?
por
Thank you so much
I'm
for
I'm
everything.
I'm so good. How are you?
muy, muy bien, gracias.
Very well, thank you.
Mi pregunta
My
es, yo por
question
el momento tengo
is at the
una sola
moment,
socia
I've only had
que le
one
hablé y me la
business
inscribí
partner
como socia,
who
como
I
negocio,
called to enroll as a
como
business partner,
empresaria,
as a
pero
businesswoman,
me ha costado
but it's
que ella
been
incluso entre a los links,
even
entre a los
amongst the
Zooms,
links and
está
amongst the Zooms and everything.
mi parte de liderazgo,
It's
tengo
like
que
my
desarrollarla un poco
leadership
más
area is
porque
what I
no
really have to
quiero ser
develop because I don't want to be
admin, pero
pushy,
sí quisiera
but I
que
do want her
participara
to
un poco más.
participate a bit
Y
more.
no sé
And I
a este
don't
punto
know at this point
cómo hacerlo.
how to do that.
Um, so the unique thing about this business is nobody works for us, right? And so the plus is nobody works for us. We don't have to manage people. The downside to that is nobody works for us. So getting them to come to the calls, or be a part of the community is a tough situation. Um, it's a very valid question that you asked earlier as far as in the leadership goes. What I would try to do is just get in conversations with her about what you learned. So be excited about what you learned on the call and just maybe share some of that information if she doesn't show up. So, hey, I just wanted to share this with you today. I found this out, really good news. Or, hey, I found out an approach to the business. Because this is what I have found, Arlie. And I know you only have one, like you said, and that's okay. You're going to get more. But when you pull people along, it's not usually the right person. You know, you don't usually have to pull people along, right? Like Alexandra's on here. We don't have to pull her along. You know, she's doing what she's got to do every single day. Maria shows up to the calls all on her own, right? It might not happen as fast as you guys want it to happen because we are a society of immediate results, but you got to just let it happen for people when it happens. Now, you could reach out to them and touch them, and you just don't want to be pushing. So I had a conversation with a young lady today, and, you know, by the end of the conversation, I said, you know what the problem is? And she was like, what? And I was like, do you really want me to tell you what the problem is? And she's like, yes, I do. And I was like, the problem is you. You're in the way because you're overthinking it, right? And so I'm going to segue to a lot of the reasons that people struggle in this business is because the same thing that I discussed with her is she doesn't want to come across as she's selling. I don't want to feel like I don't want people to think, oh, I make money from this because it takes away from the product. And if you deliver it with enough passion and enough conviction, then it's not going to take away from the product, right? I mean, obviously everyone makes money. I mean, you go to the doctor, does he make money? When you go to the gas station, does the gas station make money? Like everybody makes money in life and everything that they do. Nothing is for free. You know, so it is a business and you got to be proud that it's a business. You know, so it's
Sí.
it's just all the way that we think about it, right? So, like everyone on this call, like I don't feel like anyone's going to think any of you are a pushy salesperson. But if you have conviction and belief in this, and if people feel like that, this is what I will tell them. Listen, this has become my social responsibility to share this with every single person. Take it or leave it, but I'm just telling you, this is going to change humanity. It's changed my life. And so we have to get our initial pitch down, right? And so sharing what it's done for everyone else sometimes is not the right answer. But what I will tell you is the right answer is it's probably helped you with something that a lot of people are dealing with. So a lot of people are dealing with pain. A lot of people are dealing with sleep issues. A lot of people are dealing with energy issues. A lot of people are dealing with aging. So when I say to people that this patch reverses age and it keeps you from aging as aggressively, matter of fact, maybe going backwards, do you know anybody that wants to get older? I don't. I don't know any single person that wants to get older. Besides maybe my 7-year-old that wants to get to be old enough to like, go do things, right? But after 18, you're like, okay, this is cool. I've got all my freedom. I don't know that I want to be older, right? Unless you want to be 21 to drink. But that's about the extent of I want to get older, right? Then you want to go backwards. So you got to talk to people what they're dealing with, and then you can't be afraid to ask for the sale. You can't be afraid to have a CTA, a call to action, right? And you can't be afraid because if you're afraid of that, then you're never going to get anything. No one's ever going to sign up because you're too afraid that you're going to offend somebody. But also understand this. I want you guys to understand the raw numbers of how numbers work in anything, any business, any sales, anything that we're selling. 30% of people that you talk to will eventually do something. Eventually, in 6 months. Of that 30, 10% will do something immediately because you had a compelling enough conviction that they're like, yes, I want to do this. Okay. The other 30% are going to take a year and a half to 2 years to do anything. They're going to watch you. They're going to sit back. They're going to wait and listen and watch people. They're going to see how long you're going to stick with this, if this thing's going to work. I'm not an early adopter. AI. When AI came out 3 years ago, I went all in. I want to learn about that. Any new technology comes out, I go all in. I'm that guy. But 30% of the population is not. The rest of the 40, so 30, you have 100%, right? The first 30, they'll do something within 6 months, maybe within a day. 30 are going to take a year and a half, 2 years to do anything. They're going to constantly watch you. The other 40%, they're doing nothing ever. They're gonna just say, yeah, 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 but they're never doing anything. They don't have the drive, they don't have the motivation, they don't want to do it. They don't want to talk to people about it. That's okay. But what happens, you guys, is most people focus on the 70% of people that aren't doing anything right now and saying it doesn't work. And then they get discouraged within the first year because they've talked to 30 people and only 3 people signed up. That's the numbers. If you only talk to 30 people, only 3 people are going to sign up because that's the numbers. Now, where people miss out is the follow up, right? You have to follow up. The key is follow up in anything. Most people don't follow up, they get a no, and that's the end. So, follow up is where the magic is. And where people mess up the follow up is they follow up with trying to make a sale. I follow up trying to make a connection. And then through that connection, when I'm seeing, hey, what's going on? How's your job still going? Are you still loving the hospital? Are you still loving the factory? Are you still loving the car dealership? Are you still loving the insurance business? They're going to say, well, are you still doing that stem cell thing? Oh my God, absolutely. It's going way better than I ever imagined. Right. And then it's time to get back into that conversation. And you know what? What we want people to say, I want to do it. You go into it with an expectation. So this is one of the things I realized. I had a golf lesson this weekend with my pro. I haven't had one in 6 months. And as we're going through my golf lesson, I get a little frustrated when I don't hit a good shot. And he was like, you got to stop doing that. And he was like, do you know why you do that? I was like, yeah, because my expectation is to hit a good shot. And when you don't hit a good shot, then you're frustrated. My expectation when I talk to a prospect is I want them to sign up. And when they don't, I'm frustrated. I missed the shot. Right. So then I focus on I missed the shot. I didn't do good. And then that just throws everything off. You didn't miss the shot. They might not have just been ready. It has nothing to do with just you. Now, can you perfect your pitch? Can you perfect how you talk about it? Can you perfect your call to action? Can you perfect not being worried what people are going to think that you're selling them something? Who cares? Would all of you on this call agree that this device can help a lot of people? What else is there to talk about? That's it. Now, is it new? Yeah, it's new. It's so new that it has a patent and no one else has competition. So that's a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is no one else can compete with us. The bad thing is it's so new, no one's heard of it. But that's why I always be like, when they say they haven't heard of it, I'm like, you haven't heard of this thing? Oh my God. I can't believe you're missing out on this thing. And it's all in the reaction of the conversation that you're having. This has changed my life more than anything has ever changed my life before. Now, I will tell you, be careful to go down rabbit holes that not everybody deals with, right? I hear people talking about just menopause. Well, if you're talking to somebody that's an older woman, okay, maybe you could talk about that, but not everybody's going through that or even cares about that. So then you lose them. But everyone has sleep issues. Everyone has energy issues. Everyone has pain issues. Everyone has aging issues. I don't care if you're 25 years old. You're going to get old. And I'm going to help you not do that. Now, if it's someone that you know is going through menopause or perimenopause or whatever it is, then you could talk about how it's helped you with them. But if you're talking about that all the time to everybody, they're like, I don't have menopause. I don't have to worry about that. Like then you lose them. Right? So if they bring it up and just, girl, I'm going through hormonal issues. Like, oh my God, girl, this is going to help you more than anything that you're ever going to try. And you're not popping pills. You're not dealing with chemicals in your body. This is actually just using your own stem cells to get you back regulated. Right? So that's what I want you guys to think about. And when you feel that feeling of, I feel like I'm selling somebody, I want you to ask yourself, does this help people? And the answer is yes. There wouldn't be 500,000 people in this business. There wouldn't be 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, 6 million people using this on a regular basis. There wouldn't be a patent. The company wouldn't be doing $1 billion a year if this device didn't work. And again, I don't feel like we have to sell We just have to share. And then if people don't want to sign up, and again, we're connected to an outcome, and the outcome is we want people to be where we want them to be versus where they are. We have no idea what's going on in people's lives when we talk to them. We have no clue. And then people come into this business, another mistake is they come into business with disparity. I need to make money now. But they're not willing to do the activity to make the money now. They're not willing to talk to the people. And this is the thing. We talk to the majority of the people when we suck the most in the business. And that's the first 90 days. And then doesn't work. The business doesn't work. Or a year, the business doesn't work. I'm going to tell you right now, I've never done anything for a year and made a determination if it's going to work or not. A year is just when you're getting warmed up. A year is when you're like made a lot of mistakes. A lot of things haven't gone right. A lot of things haven't gone wrong. And we can't have that mentality. The other thing that I'm noticing about this business is around 7 months to a year, people that use the patch say, I don't feel anything anymore. So I'm preparing everybody for that. I want you to understand what's going to happen. Your new normal is going to become something that you don't recognize anymore. And you're going to say, this patch doesn't work anymore. And the moment that you take it off, that's when you're going to start to feel a change in your body. And then you've just gone backwards. Like, don't go backwards. Keep moving forward with this. So I hope that answered your question. I know it was a long answer, Arlie, but we just all got to get out of our way. And we all just have to stop worrying about that we're selling people because we're not. I mean, listen, you want to be a customer or you want to be a brand partner? It's up to you. What are the advantages of both? Customer, you get it at a discount. Brand partner, you get to be in the organization, and as this company blows up, you're going to benefit. And then you're going to start sharing it with people. So you decide. Like, the longer you wait, if you wait a year, then that means you're just going to have thousands of people above you that you're not making any money from. But if you join now, you're going to have thousands of people below you that you're going to be making money from because it's going to come all up. So that's the conversation that I have with people. But again, I mean, for a lot of you, it's a new business, it's a new concept, it's a wellness business, and people just have to hear the right language, not medical language. I mean, when I talk, like there was a guy in the gym today, 56 years old. I was like, what he was like, what's the primary reason you use this? And I'm like, stop aging. He was like, how old are you? I said, I'm 52. And he's like, holy crap. You don't look like you're 52 years old. It's like, the patch. The patch is turning my hair back black. Patch is giving me more hair. Patch is, I mean, everyone I saw today that I haven't seen in a while. Oh my God, you're putting on all kinds of muscle. I'm telling you, it's a patch. I'm strong. I'm able to work out. I'm not in pain. Before I didn't want to go to the gym. And now I'm able to go work out like I should be able to work out. So you guys just have to get that conviction and belief. And when someone doesn't want to join, it's okay. I'm gonna follow up with you. But just make sure they understand what this device can do. And just have that conviction and just say, listen, it's $99 a month. It's less than a cup of coffee a day. It's half a cup of coffee a day. And it's going to do way more for you than a cup of coffee. The benefits you're going to get out of this thing is going to be absolutely amazing. And if they just want to be a customer, I'll bring them in as a customer. Then I'm going to follow up with you in 30 days. How's it going? You need to get this for free, right? If you bring 3 customers in the business, 3 people bring them to me and they sign up, I'll put them under you and you'll get your patch for free every single month. You won't have to pay for it. And then they bring 6 people in. It's like, you could get paid for bringing people into the business, right? Like you bring people in and they do something. And you know what? Some people might not be interested. It's okay. It has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. Not everyone's going to be interested. We just got to get past that. We can't let it discourage us, though. All right, who else?
Thank you, Jay.
You're so welcome, Arlie.
I got a question. I'm fairly new in this and I really don't know a whole lot.
Okay,
So,
hey, Sue. Sorry, I was looking around to see who was speaking.
sorry, I'm Sue.
No, it's good. It's good.
But yeah, I am, but just been telling people I've been doing the new stem cells and just to getting their attention. So I'm meeting with someone tomorrow, but I really don't even know where to start or what to show them or what to do.
Okay, great. That's a great question, Sue. Well, so this is what I would tell you. The least you know, the better. Okay? You don't need to talk like a doctor or a scientist or whatever. What have you felt from it, Sue?
More energy, sleeping better, um, less pain in my knee.
Okay? What do you know about stem cells?
Actually, not a whole lot.
Okay, good. So
I had to check on ChatGPT and something too. I mean, it's just like all the materials that help make your other cells.
yes.
So,
So let me tell you basic things about stem cells to tell people, okay? And you're gonna know more than 99.9% of people after I tell you this, okay?
okay.
So this will be recorded. We'll send it out, okay? So this is what I tell people about stem cells. I always ask, what do you know about stem cells? Most people don't know anything, but I will tell you what I know about stem cells. Stem cells are really expensive. They're illegal in the US. You can't get them in the US. And your body could reject them and they might not work if you get someone else's stem cells because you're putting someone else's genes inside of you. Okay. So that's what we know about stem cells. The other thing that we know about stem cells is between the time that you were born and 30 years old, 50% of your stem cells are dormant and not working in your body. What does that mean? That means that your body is not getting rid of inflammation. It's not preventing disease. It's not healing. It's not, it's not working with collagen and the aging and your hearts and your organs and all that as well as it was when you were 10 years old. Okay. That's a known fact. The other known fact is between the age of 30 and 60, you lose 95% of your stem cells. They're dormant. What does that mean? Well, by the time you're 60, between 60 and 80, those years are the years that you age the most aggressively, right? Because you don't have stem cells. So when you don't have stem cells, that's when everything starts going wrong. Disease, because you don't have stem cells to protect and fight off all the stuff that's going on in your body. That's what you need to know about stem cells, and that's it. Okay. So what does this patch do? The other thing you need to know is what this patch does. This patch works through photolight therapy that elevates copper peptide in your body, which is an automatic signal to stem cells to wake up, right? So we don't have the copper peptide. Once the copper peptide signals those stem cells, they start waking back up again, only through the light that comes from your body. There's no stimulants, there's no drugs, there's no chemicals, there's nothing going in your body. You're just using your own body's light to stimulate your own stem cells. And there are clinical studies, and there's a patent on this product that you should mention every single time, right? You cannot get a global patent on something unless it does exactly what it says it does. A patent is very, very hard to get. This man has 200 of them. Okay. Patents are very, very hard to get. I mean, people barely have one on their company. This man has 200 on this wellness product. So and you just have to practice saying that and having that conversation with them, right? And so what you can also do so that you don't get yourself in trouble is invite them to a call that we have on Tuesdays where I explain the business to them. And or Sue, if you get 3 or 4 people, I'll do a call with just you and those people. Like if you want to invite people and say, listen, I'm new to this. I've done a lot of research. This is what it's done for me. Like I feel better than I've ever felt because that's what people care about. They don't care how I feel. They care how you feel, right? When you're saying this is what it's done for me because you have the like and the trust with the person that you're talking to. So they're like, wow, that's amazing. And so as you go on and you're in this business a little longer, Sue, what you're going to find out is other people's testimonials. There's one, it only gives you more conviction. Like I met a man a year ago that has Parkinson's that was in a wheelchair that could barely keep his head up. He was shaking so much. After 2 months of wearing the patch, he's at Disney with his kids walking the whole entire park on his feet, which he never thought was going to happen. His doctor said he was going to be in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. I mean, I met this gentleman in person. He showed me videos of him in a wheelchair. So like when you see that, you're like, holy crap. Like people with MS, people with Parkinson's, people with Alzheimer's, all these people are having major transformations. Now, what I'm careful of is I don't want to treat the sick. Okay. It can help. But if that's what I'm pitching, then it's just for sick people. What I want to pitch is it's a prevention device. Like I want younger people wearing this device so that they slow down the aging process. And now a 60-year-old has 50% of his stem cells and is way more healthy. Like that's my mission is to get this. But this is the thing. People don't think about their health until they're sick. right? And that's my mission, is to teach people about their health before they get sick. And that's what we have to talk about when we're talking about this product. So when you meet with her, I would just tell her those things, Sue. I would tell her, listen, I was very intrigued because, I deal with sleep issues, I have pain issues, I have all these issues. And I was like, you know what? And this is what I always tell people. This is a good one, you guys. And this is true. I always tell people how much of a pessimist I was when this product got brought to me. I know you're gonna think I'm crazy because I thought it was crazy. I was like, there's no way in the world this thing is gonna do anything that these people are saying. This is total snake oil. That's what I tell everybody. But I was wrong. I was dead wrong. Within 2 or 3 days, I had a transformation. Within 2 weeks, I was a completely different human being. And then people are like, oh, so I take away that in their head already. I take away, I'm already saying, I know this sounds crazy because I thought it was crazy. So before I even get there, let me just tell you, I did all the due diligence, I did all the research, and it works. So that way you can remove all of that stuff because they're thinking it. My friend called me, I was like, come on, bro. Like, who sold you snake oil? Like, who was it? Who was the sales guy? Because it's not going to work. So that's another approach you could do tomorrow. Just say, hey, listen, before I get started, I know this is going to sound crazy, but let me just tell you, I thought the same exact thing. And so that's also how you can do objections, you guys. So write this down. When you're talking to people, the best way to have, when someone's giving you objection or questioning it, it's called the feel, felt, found approach. Okay? And the way that it goes, Usario, is this. I understand exactly how you feel. Okay, so first of all, when they give you an objection, they're expecting you to do what? Give a rebuttal. But instead of giving the rebuttal, I'm going to say, oh, I understand exactly how you feel. Because I felt exactly the same way that you did. When someone told me about this, I was exactly in the same place you. I thought this was bull crap. I thought it was snake oil. I thought there's no way that this little sticker is going to do anything for me. But what I found after doing all this research and researching David Schmidt, the CEO, founder, and scientist of the company, and looking at all the studies, is that I was dead wrong. And so I was like, what's it going to hurt? There's nothing in this patch besides just using my own body's resources. So I decided to give it a try. And boom, it blew me away. I feel better than I've ever felt in my entire life. That's it. That's your pitch. So always go into it when someone, oh, that seems like it's one of those, it seems like it's one of those, pyramid schemes. You know, I feel exactly the same way you did. I understand exactly how you feel because I felt the same way. But what I found after doing research is you understand the United States of America, those things can't exist. The FTC is a very, very strict compliance board that makes sure that none of these companies are a pyramid scheme. It's illegal. And what I found is this gentleman just wants to help people. And this device is helping a lot of people. So it's the same thing. Feel, felt, found. Feel, felt, found. If someone gives you an objection on, oh, it's one of those MLM things. Just like you did, Sue. You raise your hand. You know what? Soon, I understand how you feel. Because as soon as I found out it was one of those things, I was like, I'm not doing this. But something just made me want to look into this device. I've heard so many people online, and what I found is, it's the guy that invented it wanted to put in that channel because he needed people to explain it because it just is unbelievable. And it's an amazing device. And get this, the only one person you can get it from, you can't get it anywhere else but from me or anybody else that's in this business. And that's what the beautiful thing about this is you're going to have somebody that's going to explain how this thing works. So there's just so many different approaches that we can use to convince people. But the most important thing, you guys, is the conviction we have and the belief that we have in our voice when we're talking to people. So I'm glad you're new, Sue, because this is a great start for you. We usually do an onboarding call, but I think this is way more valuable tonight to have these conversations. And we have onboarding calls where it talks about the back office. If you haven't seen any of that, go onto our website on wellnessrev.org. We have a beautiful website, a beautiful school. Make sure anybody you bring in the business, you guys get them to those platforms so it can help them get up and going.
Okay, this was very helpful. I appreciate that. You answered a lot of my questions. Yeah, I do love your website with all the onboarding and step by step. I'm just now getting started in that, so I really like that. Um,
And Sue, if you want us to help you launch your business, if you have people, what I'm doing, you guys, anybody that wants to have a call, if you get 3 or 4 people, invite them to a call with me. I'm not going to do a typical opportunity call. What I found is be most effective is to do like a podcast, Zoom call. And what I mean by that is we'll have some questions, Sue, that you can just interview me and ask me questions about it, about the business, and I'll educate them through that instead of, it'll be a dialogue between you and I versus let me pull up a PowerPoint, let me go through the PowerPoint and let me talk about now. If they have questions, I'll have that ready to talk about David or talk about the device or show them stuff. But we won't do like I normally do on Tuesday nights because it's just a little bit more of an intimate group. So if you want to do that, reach out to Lola, reach out to Justin, and they'll set it up and we can do one of those opportunity calls and I'll launch your business. And then when they sign up, I'll do the same thing with them and we'll do it on down the line. Once you sign up and say, hey, get 4 people, me and Sue will launch your business. That's what's going to get this business to take off is getting people to do that.
okay. Yeah, no, I appreciate that very much. It's very helpful to have that because obviously you have a lot more conviction than I do right now, so
You'll get it.
it'll
You'll get
come
it.
across that. But one of the things too, I was just with a dinner the other night, and I brought up this. Actually, someone asked me what I was doing, so I told them I just got into the stem cells, but I really don't know a whole lot yet, and kind of go on that. But the one of the guys there was a doctor, and he said that he had the stem cell injections and started explaining stuff to the other person for me. And he's, had the stem cell injections done in his knee to help build up the cartilage in there so that he didn't end up having to need a knee replacement down the road. And I was just like, oh, okay. So how long, so did you get immediate results? And he said, no. He said, it takes about 7 months for that to work. So it really just reassured that even though these patches are a time thing that we really have to wait that long, um, if you have the injections, you're going to have to wait that long as well,
Oh,
without all the cost and the other side effects of all that stuff
or
too.
they might not work. And the stem cells that are injected in the US are not human stem cells either. So they're it's a different they're synthetic stem cells. They're not human stem cells because human stem cells are illegal in the US. You have to go to Mexico or Panama or so one thing, Sue, I want to change. Okay. I just heard something. I'm just helping you, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Don't ever say I'm new and I don't know that much
Okay.
because you'll be new and not know that much for the next 10 years. That's the only thing they will associate you
Well,
with.
true.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the only thing they're going to remember. So what I would say from now on, so what I tell people is I'm in the stem cell business and they say in the stem cell business, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, stem cells reverse age and I have a device that can do exactly that, but it does so many other things. Now you can't say this on social media, okay? But you can say this to anybody one-on-one.
Okay.
Stem cells will remove your pain. It's going to reverse your age. It's going to reverse your heart. It does all kinds of crazy things. I would love for you and I to sit down and have a conversation because if you're at an event, it's really not the time to have a conversation. Okay.
Right.
Because if they start asking questions and the conversation gets interrupted, I would just say, I would love to get together and have a conversation. Or, I'd love to invite you into, a call with my partner and him and I can discuss it with you. But don't ever tell him you're new. Because
Okay.
automatically you lose trust. They're gonna be like, "Oh, this lady doesn't know. She's
Know
just
what
trying
you're
to sell
doing.
something that she doesn't have." So I just heard that, and I just wanted to correct that because if you ever say that, you gotta just act like you know what you're talking about.
Right. No, I appreciate that. Yeah. Kind of caught
Because
me off guard because, yeah, he's like,
yeah, yeah, but just and I would just keep it simple. Like I said, like what I taught you guys tonight, just say what stem cells do. That's all what it does, right? I mean, what you're trying that guy that's injecting stem cells. When you inject stem cells, it goes to that cartilage or whatever and tries to rebuild it. That's patched are the same thing. Like I had pain, shoulder, knee, and elbow for 7, 8 years, and I have zero pain in my body. Like it's all gone. I've been wearing it a year and a half now, but that went away in 3 months, right? So that patch that I mean that device could take 7 months, or it might not work, and also it goes away. because those stem cells that they inject, they also go dormant. They work for 2 or 3 years, and then guess what? They also die. So
Gotcha.
you have to go back and you have to get more stem cells. So it's not like a one-time thing, but when you're wearing the patch, it keeps your stem cells activated long term. So
Okay.
you're activating. That's why the consistency of it is so important.
Gotcha. And then what about the pain? I know like the ice patches can help with the pain, but I'm kind of new to how the Eon and the glutathione work with that. Is that
Yeah.
a better
So
combination?
yeah. So this is what I want to tell you. Okay. When you talk to anybody, okay, this is just new stuff. Okay. So we don't talk about anything except for X39.
Okay.
Okay. The reason why is because when you give a customer too many choices, they don't choose, right? It's too much to think about. I didn't know anything about the other patches for 6 months. The only thing I talked about was X39. I didn't want to get confused. Now, after about 6 months, I started wearing, I could tell you about all the other patches because I educated myself on them. But what I tell people new in the business is you need to learn everything about the X39 and learn how to present it, learn how to talk about, learn how to talk about stem cells, and then go on and learn the other patches. Even when you're talking to somebody new in the business, still the same concept. Because if I'm talking about glutathione, Eon,
Right.
Ice Wave, they're gonna be, "Oh, which one should I get?" It's like the X39 works for everything. Okay. Now, what I will tell you from a sales standpoint is I carry Ice Wave with me everywhere I go. The reason why is because ice waves are shock and awe. So, and I see somebody in pain and I put an ice wave patch on them, the pain leaves in 15 seconds and they're like, "The heck? What just happened? Is that voodoo? Like, how did you get rid of that pain like that?" And so what I do after that is then I put the X39 next to the white patch. So do you know how to use the ice wave?
No, I got some and I was trying to work them on my knee and it wasn't, I
Okay, so you
wasn't
put
getting the
the
results.
you put the brown patch directly on the pain.
Okay.
Okay. Then you take the white patch and take off half of it and start at 12 o'clock, 2 inches above the brown patch. Okay. So if you have the brown patch on your knee at 12 o'clock is up here, put the white patch there for 15 to 20 seconds. Move the knee, see how it feels. It still feels the same. Now I'm going to move it to 3 o'clock. Okay, 2 inches away. Wait 15 seconds, move the knee. Huh, maybe that feels a little better. All right, move it to 6 o'clock. Wait 15 seconds. And one of those spots, you're going to see at least a 70 to 80% reduction in pain,
Okay.
like that. So wherever that white patch is, let's say the white patch ends at 3 o'clock, I'm putting the X39 at 9 o'clock, directly across from it. Okay. Now, what I tell people to do.
Oh, okay.
So what I tell people is this: the ice wave is a temporary patch. The X39 is a permanent patch. The X39 is going to keep the pain gone forever. The ice wave is just to remove it temporarily. So what I tell people, what I prescribe to people is this: wear the ice wave for 30 days with the X39. In 30 days, try to get rid of the ice wave and see how the knee feels. If it still hurts, wear the ice wave for another 30 days with the X39, and then in 60 days, take it off. And I guarantee you, probably within 2 to 3 months, you're not going to have to wear the ice wave anymore.
Okay.
Okay. And so then, when I've had them in the business for 2 or 3 months, I'm going to talk about Eon. Eon also reduces inflammation. I wear Eon and X39 every day. Those are the two patches I wear every day. I I will tell you this. David created X39 and Eon for a very big reason, and I can't say it on a big call like this. But it's one of the major diseases that exist, and he created that as a preventative because of inflammation and all the things that happen when those things happen. Okay. So that those two are everyday patches I suggest to everybody to wear, but I don't talk about Eon until someone's been in the business for at least 60 days because I don't want to confuse them. So that's whenever I see someone in pain or whatever, that's how I go about it. I do Ice Wave and X39. I don't talk about anything else. I don't talk about glutathione, carnosine, Eon. I don't talk about it because then people are just going to be like, oh my God, I have to wear all these patches. No, you got to wear X39. And that's it. That's how we build a business, you guys. If you build a business off of X39, then your business is going to flourish and people can understand that.
Be solid.
Once you're in 3 to 6 months, then you're going to understand the other ones. You're going to start wearing them, and then you're going to start talking to your team about them. And you're going to be like, hey, I wear these three. What do the SP6 is good for hormone balance. I mean, there's a lot of patches that do a lot of different things, but to confuse you with that, I don't want you to learn any of that. I don't want you to know any of that. I want you to block it all out. X39 is the patch that cures all. And the Ice Wave. Again, Ice Wave is it's a great sales tool because it's shocking all. People are like, holy crap. I've been dealing with that pain for 7 years. And in 15 seconds, you just removed it. And I've done that. I've done that hundreds of times, you guys. It's crazy. Every time I'm like, I hope it works. I hope it works. I hope it works. And every single time it works. People are just blown away by it.
Yeah, I had someone else there Saturday night with the dinner thing that had the knee thing going on and could barely get down the steps. So I wish I had that with me to do that.
Yeah, you talk about, and when you do it in front of people, like I'll do it in the gym in front of people, and people will come up to me like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, you haven't heard of this thing? Oh my God, you have any pain in your body? Yeah, I got pain in my shoulder. Come here, let me." And then I'll have a line of people that I put patches, and people go, "Oh my God, do you see that guy?" And then now everyone's talking to me about it. I've got most people in the gym patched.
Yeah, I'm sure that everybody in the gym has some kind of pain. So yeah,
Everyone
besides
does.
everybody does.
Listen, most people do.
Right.
Most people are dealing with some kind of ailment, sleep, tiredness, pain, something going on in their body. I mean, we all do. I mean, we're human beings, right? I mean, people have stomach issues, gut issues. I mean, this patch works for everything. I mean, the reason we have these issues is because of lack of stem cells. That's why we start to, I mean, think about athletes. At the age of 30, that's when they start getting injuries. That's when they start recovering slower. That's when they start retiring from football, baseball, basketball, because their bodies just break down. Why? Because they don't have the stem cells they had when they were 15, 20, 22, 23 years old. They're just depleting them more and more and more, plus all the wear and tear on their body.
Exactly. Well, Jay, this has been very helpful. I really, really appreciate all your insight. So
You're so welcome,
thank you.
Sue. It's my pleasure. I'm here to help anytime you need me.
Appreciate that.
All right, guys, I have 6 minutes. Anybody else want to ask a question? Add anything? Alexandra, superstar.
Not today. I'm happy to see Arlie and Gabby here. Thank you so much for everything, and we see you soon.
Awesome. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for joining tonight, and I look forward to seeing you more. And everyone that's going to the conference, make sure you're in the chat so we can all see each other and hang out there. And Elton John's going to be there. There's going to be a lot of cool things. Go ahead, Sue.
One question. You said this is being recorded. Are they access to these anywhere?
Yeah, Justin, where's this going to be? Where do you guys put these at?
We put it in the chats, and then it will be on our YouTube channel.
And put the YouTube channel in the chat if you want to, real quick, so she can
Yeah,
have
so I
that.
can grab that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, guys. I'll leave this up for a few minutes while you get that. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next week.
Okay. Thank you.
See you guys. Bye.